Well, hello everybody. We're back here at the darkness and we're looking at TerraVisions, and you can see for the first time in 16 years I can look out this window. Well, you can't look out it because it's super dirty, but yeah, I can look out the window, and for the first time I see this brick wall. And you know what's interesting about this brick wall? I want to show you. See the gap there? See? That's the difference, that they brought the wall up against the original building. And you can see that. And I'm going to show you something that's really, really interesting that I can see for the first time in 16 years. And by the way, I wish I could go back 16 years, because I would I'd be in my 30s. But do you see this right here? This is very interesting. You see this? Do you know what that is? Well, first off, it's like a big washer that they used, you know, to put in bolts and stuff, big bolts. But they welded these on here on every one of the beams, and they ran a wire through it because the wall wasn't here. So that was the only wall to keep you from falling off. And everywhere you go around, you're going to see these washers welded on. See that? And look at this. For the first time, I can see out this window. And look what a great location this is. You can see downtown right there. By the way, the convention center for Transworld is just on right over there. Not very far away. And you know, if I actually come down this way, let's go down to this window right here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, these windows are so dirty, but the arch is up there because you can see the red light. Oh, you see the big white spot right above it. There's a blinking red light. That's the arch. If it was during the day, you'd be able to see it just fine. So a couple things. This is on day 2 here. So I'm going to kind of sort of walk you through this maze. Okay, and then I want to show you something we have for sale. I want to show it to you. I have it downstairs. So we're going to put this drawing right here in CAD. Now, I made a big mistake because I drew this and I forgot to mark up that beam right there. That's a big problem. So that's a problem I'm going to have to address, because that beam is a serious problem that I didn't account for. And so let me explain something to you so we're super clear here. When you're designing a haunted house from scratch, hey, can you turn that down? When you're building a haunted house from scratch, it is very important that you make sure you notate permanent beams, structures within your space here, because that's a serious problem. I mean, it's a very serious problem, and you have to be 100% aware of your surroundings. You know, for example, this beam. Now I'm going to take you downstairs because they're annoying me playing that music really loud. But you have to be very aware of, like, beams. You might have an air conditioner vent. You might have pipes. And obviously, when you're trying to design your attraction, pretty clear that I messed up by not recognizing that beam. So now I got to go back. Check the design, because I already know it's wrong. I already know it's wrong now. And look at all this. You see all this trash? This is all from TerraVisions, and that truck is loaded up with TerraVisions. But tomorrow, a 40-foot dumpster's coming. All of this will be gone. It'll be gone 100%. Now, let's see something. Look at this. Look at this. So there's more to be loaded. Here's all the stuff that came out of television speakers, and I don't even know what all it is. Obviously trash. And some things have to still be loaded. Now, here is what I have for sale. Okay. Now, this is a quick sale. I want to be very clear. This is nearly 100 panels of artwork. Okay? Now, I want to be really clear. When you come on this sign, okay, you see how the very bottoms are rotted, okay? That's only on the very, very, very bottom. So you could take a table saw, or I could take a table saw, because I have one, and I could just rip off the bottoms. Now, let's discuss why they look like that. This was a 3D haunt at Creepy World that sits on gravel. So when it would rain, it would soak it up, you know, on the very, very, very bottom. But you're talking about like an inch, 2 inches. You rip it off and it's perfect. So if you go to Grim Life Collective's YouTube page, he did a video a little over a year ago on Creepy World. And about 2/3 of the way in, you'll see that he walks through this particular blacklight haunted house. And you will see that it looks perfect. It looks absolutely amazing. It has a little bit of dirt and mud on the bottom. That's because it sat in a little bit of water whenever it would rain. Okay, so other than that, the artwork is great. There's no problems. You would probably just rip off the bottom 2 inches and it would be just like brand new. So this, and let's turn around here, is a Sleepy Hollow, kind of Halloweenish theme blacklight mini golf. And you'll also notice there's door jams over there that can be included. But there's 93 panels of artwork. 93 panels. So you could make a whole blacklight mini golf with all those panels. Okay? So they look absolutely fantastic. They haven't been used since Grim Life Collective went through. Okay? So they've been sitting in a container. Like I said, just the very bottoms you would shave off. It's not a big deal. And even if you didn't shave it off, no one would see it anyway. But if you shaved off the bottom 2 inches or so, it would be absolutely perfect. So with that being said, I will sell the whole thing for $4,000 if you can come pick it up ASAP. And if you want to email me and get pictures, you know, I can send you pictures of what it looked like, or you can just go to Grim Life Collective and type in Creepy World and go about, you know, 2/3 of the way in. You'll see when they start walking through the blacklight haunted house. Last year was the first year that I did not have the blacklight haunted house because we replaced it with something called the Slaughterhouse. Now, the Slaughterhouse was not this Halloween, but the year before. So this artwork has literally just been sitting for the last 2 years, and I was gonna sell it. And by the way, let's walk over here and look at this so we can be on the same page. Okay, you can see I'm touching it. Like this panel, there's nothing wrong with it at all. Okay, it's a little bit brittle right here on the very bottom because it's soaked up. See, multiple years. See, now you can't break it at all. See, this one you can't break. It's just the bottom. See, whenever you get, it's all perfect on the parts that matter. Okay, and some of these are turned upside down. So like this would have been the bottom of this particular panel. Literally, you rip off the bottom inch, the bottom 2 inches, and it's perfect. See, here's a panel. It's perfectly good. There's nothing wrong with this artwork whatsoever. It's absolutely stunning, except for the bottom 2 inches that sat in, you know, when it rained, it sat in like, you know, rainy water, you know, and it just sucked it up over, I don't even know how many years we had it, maybe 5. So for 5 years, it just soaked up water on the bottom inch or 2. But $4,000, it's absolutely beautiful. It's artwork that was done by our crew. And you can have a brand new haunted house, brand new 3D haunted house for $4,000. And look at that. It's just sitting on a trailer. Boom. You just come and get it and you are ready to fly. It's all the artwork from it. And look at that. Look at that massive stack of artwork. It's just an absolute ton of artwork. And by the way, every piece of that artwork is labeled on the back. So it'll say like a letter and a number. So you know, so you'll know like what order they go in. So there you go. I would say maybe a couple hours, take off the bottom 2 inches of every single panel. That'll make every panel 7'10". Who cares? Okay. And then you got a perfect brand new 3D haunt based on Sleepy Hollow, Scary Pumpkins, and everything else. And you could literally see the video on Grim Life Collectives. And I will even take their video and put it in the description of this video. So there you have it. If you're interested, I need it removed. I need it removed pronto. And then, you know, we have these 2 characters over here. Somebody did tell me they wanted to buy them, but they're still here. We have these things. And we're gonna have other things for sale as well. I have to go out to the containers and look through them to show you exactly what we have for sale. We also have this spider thing. You see the spider thing from Gorgalore? It's a Black Widow. We'll sell that as well. So anyway, let me just give you kind of a where my head's at, because I'm not gonna lie, okay? I'm feeling a little stressed, a little overwhelmed, and a little bit of second guessing myself, because I don't need to replace TerraVisions. I could have just left it and, you know, just keep doing it. It looked absolutely fantastic. I didn't need to do anything, but I've done it. It's gone. It's out of here, and the race is on. So now I'm starting to freak out just a little bit, and I'm feeling like when I went upstairs to my table, which I informed all my people again today, don't mess with my table. I needed to think. I needed to sit down. I needed, you know, I just need it. And don't mess with my pencils or anything. But now I need, and do you know what I did up there today? I paid bills. That's exactly what I did, because I was looking at this maze, and by the way, you're going to get something out of this conversation, trust me. But I was looking at this maze, and I was trying to like think about it, and my mind wasn't working. And so, because sometimes if I get the feeling of overwhelmed a little bit, my mind doesn't work. And if I'm around a lot of clutter and mess, I can't think, because all I can think about is just go ahead and clean. Just go out there and start cleaning. And I've always felt like that if you're going to be in a creative environment, you need to have like a clean slate, you know, like a blank canvas. I don't want a canvas that already got some paint on it. I want it to be absolutely clear, blank, and whatever. So what I've informed our crew today is today, they're going to make sure it's broom swept. They're going to make sure that everything's in the dumpster. And even for me, my mind to settle down. I want our shop over here cleaned. I wanted the alien escape room cleaned. Because my mind is so just trapped on the fact that I feel like we spent weeks cleaning the shop and then it just got recluttered up. But did you notice something when I turned the camera? Did you notice all the props are gone? Yes, they're all gone. They've all been sold. But don't worry, I have tons more. Because I'm getting out of the business of storing props, storing things. So I'm definitely going to get rid of them. But I want to get rid of these Sleepy Hollow panels. I'm essentially just giving them away. That loo on there costs more than $4,000. So if you rush down here with $4,000 in cash, you can just take it right out of here and it's yours, okay? So, and then when you're here, we can look around in some of our containers and we can show you some of the other things that we have for sale. I still am gonna have those two big Scare Factory troll guys that lift up the thing. I still have them for sale. And I have a brand new Distortions, and I can't remember what it's called. It's like a demon guy. I have that for sale. So yeah, we have a bunch of stuff for sale, and we definitely want you to have it. Now, with that being said, what I told our team today is to just get the gift store done. Okay, if we could just get the gift store done, like, oh my God, my migraine would tamper down just a bit. If you just clean the space, I can think more clearly. And because when I saw that I forgot that beam, it just sent me into a mental tizzy. And combine that with the fact that this has to be done from scratch in 6 weeks, and what could possibly be done in 6 weeks? I don't know, but we're gonna try. We have no choice now because I put myself, in checkmate. So we have no choice. Now, once the gift store is redone, okay? Once the gift store is done and the place is clean, and I've also informed them a couple of walls they can frame up, okay? From there, I'm gonna have to go get a lot of materials. So do you see this trailer right here? I need that trailer emptied. So I need that trailer emptied. So you gotta come and get this blacklight artwork, and you gotta get it fast, because I need that trailer. Because I think this is what I'm gonna be doing all weekend. I'm going to take that blueprint, I'm going to zen out. I know it's very Big Lebowski, but I am going to zen out. I'm going to put myself in a frame of mind where I can think creatively, okay? It's a process that I have, and I need to be able to think clearly, okay? Now, I am really excited because starting tomorrow, the alien is going to get painted. So I am hoping by the end of next week, the alien will be completely painted and completely themed. That's what I'm hoping for. And I actually think that's going to happen. Right now, as we speak, we are lighting the alien. We're putting all the lights in it. And so to get that part of it done is going to make me feel a lot less stressed. And then Christmas is going to come, and I've bought almost no Christmas presents for anybody. I've been so distracted. But I think what I'm going to be doing all weekend, this is just what I think I'm going to be doing all weekend, is I'm going to be literally just sitting at my computer with this layout, and I'm going to be drawing pictures. I'm going to be taking images and literally making a complete list of everything to do. Now, so this is how to create your own haunted house, part 2. So for me, the very next step, now that I have kind of like a concept on the maze, and I have no idea what the scenes are going to be, as you recall, step 2 for me would be to get this space completely prepped, completely framed, and to sit at my computer by myself in complete solace, okay? And sometimes I might just sit there and just read the internet or listen to a vlog or whatever, and just until I just catch the spirit to start thinking about it. Because once I start thinking about it, my mind rolls like at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And once that happens, I'm just going to be zoning. So once I know exactly what the scenes are going to be, once I know exactly, I'll start making lists in Microsoft Word, things we need to buy, things we need to build, things that we need to order. This is step 2, is to get prepared. Get prepared. Because the biggest problem with building a haunted house from scratch, I'm going to tell you what it is right now. The biggest problem is if you have to go after materials 17,000 times, you'll never get anything done. So what I like to do is completely know exactly what I'm doing, have a really detailed list of everything I need to order, and I mean everything. I'm talking about down to the prop, down to the nail, to the screw. Because you know what I want to do? I want to go out and start acquiring all these props over a couple days. Not props, but all the materials, all the wood, everything that we would need. So I don't know exactly what we need. So the only materials that are up there right now is 2x4s and plywood. But we know we're going to need a lot more than that, right? And so I know that we're going to need pine, and I know that we're going to need rough cut cedar. So we went ahead and ordered that. We're going to get that up there. But what I don't know is exactly what the scenes are going to be. I don't even know what they're going to look like because we're mostly going to make them up as I go. Now, when we're making an industrial haunt, another thing we're going to need is probably a lot of corrugated steel, okay? We happen to have a lot of it at Creepy World, so we're going to get that over here, okay? Because we'll be using a lot of that. That's an easy material to use. Now, another material that I know that we need is we need our vacuum form, and I ordered it from Nethercraft, which is my favorite vacuum form company to order from. I was getting a little upset because I thought I was going to get it already. I did get in touch with them today, and they said they're shipping half of it tomorrow and then the other half the following day. So I'm very, very happy about that because I was getting stressed out that it was not coming, because I'm going to try to build this haunted house. I need to have all the materials here, okay? So what are all the materials? All the materials are going to be the vacuum form, and I don't even know what I'm going to use. I just need it here because I need to know, okay, well, we could use this, we could use that. I need corrugated steel. I need rough cut cedar. I need cedar. I need plywood. Another material that I'm going to need for this project is graded steel. So I got to go pick that up. I'm going to need to just buy a lot of graded steel. And I came up with a really cool idea on exactly how to do that, but we'll get into that later. I also know I'm going to need a lot of resin bolts. We do have a lot, but we might start making more. Now, of course, I know that I need latex props. I know that I need some cool animatronics. All that's been ordered. But one of the things I need to do is circle back around with those companies and get an estimate on when those things could be shipped, okay? Because once I get the maze up, it would be wonderful to get the props in the scenes, okay? So I need to make a complete build list. I need to know roughly what the scenes are going to be. I need to roughly know where the props are going to go, okay? And I need to make sure that I have a material list. So as long as we have a material list and they're all sitting here, right here on this floor, it's going to make the build go 10 times faster. You have to trust me, okay? That it's better to order everything up front, okay? And here's the key, If somebody tells you, hey, get 10 sheets of corrugated steel, get 20. Because you're going to go through 20 and they're going to say, hey, we need 4 more. It's ridiculous. What am I supposed to go to the store every time you have a scratch or an itch? That's ridiculous. You'll never get anything done. Whenever you're trying to build a haunted house from scratch, you want to over order all the materials, okay? And I know that you're probably thinking, well, that's going to cost me more money, but it actually costs you more money by going to get materials 15 times rather than maybe only getting materials once. And yes, you're still going to need stuff, okay? But get the materials one time, have everything here. So no one ever stops working. Nobody ever stops working. That's that is rule number 1. So if you learn anything from this video today, that's it, okay? So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Our guys are gonna do what they can do without knowing exactly what everything is gonna be. That's number 1. And then number 2, I am going to try to figure out all of those details. And as I figure them out, I will make in a Microsoft Word file all the build materials. Do we have the lighting? What props are we getting? What props do we need? What kind of things do we need to buy locally at, used junky stuff? What building materials are we going to buy to do the walls? Now, I want to say this, that we will not be doing any foam carving. We will not doing anything crazy and fancy because we only have 6 weeks. So the goal here is not to build the Taj Mahal haunted house. The goal here is to build a haunted house that looks like you spent 6 months and you only spent 6 weeks. That's what we're going to do. We're going to build a haunted house that looks like we spent more time on it than we really did, because we're going to try to cut every corner to get a good end result. Okay? A good end result. Remember that keyword, good end result, okay? That gives us a great haunted house without spending 6 months to build it, because we only got 6 weeks. So the other thing is, once I know what the scenes are going to be, I'll have a better idea of where I need to go and look for like authentic props. And sometimes the scenes will just be dictated by what you can buy. So I got to go out and start looking. That's going to be a whole job. And I can tell you this, whenever you're doing that particular job, I plan on taking that trailer over there, my truck, and 2 or 3 people with me. And I will just hit these places up and I'll just point. I want that, I want this, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Okay, how much, write a check, load it on the truck, bring it back, okay? And that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. So that is probably going to take me a complete week to track all this stuff down. Now, I can tell you, the last thing you want to do is be on Facebook Marketplace looking for this stuff. And you got to go here, you got to go there, over here. You want to try to get as much of it as you can in 1 place, 2 place, 3 place, 4 place, whatever. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be hitting up some of those places that I know has a lot of old junk, and I'm going to try to rate them out and see what I come up with. I'm going to litter up this whole shop with junk, and then we'll start building, the scenes, the perimeter, the scenes, and we'll try to like enhance them and make them look really pretty. And then we'll just go hog wild crazy with props, and more props. So this is lesson number 2 on how to build a haunted house from scratch. If you want to save yourself time, you want to save yourself money, you got to take the time to do a really good, complete build list and know what you need to acquire. And you need to start ordering. Because ordering it, like you could spend an entire week just ordering all this stuff and trying to get it. But once you do get it, it's going to make the people doing the work won't have to stop every 5 minutes looking for something. So there you go. So with all that being said, we are absolutely going to try and get this somebody just texted me. We're going to try and get this done for our Valentine's event. That's our goal. That's what we're going to try to do. So we'll see what happens. And then Hauntworld is literally, let's see, I got to look at a calendar here. Give me a sec. Man, how much time would I have between Valentine's? How much time would I have between Hauntworld and our Bloody Valentine event? Let's see. So my Bloody Valentine's the 15th, and technically we would have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days. 12 days from our Valentine's to when we would do a behind the scenes tour for Transworld. I mean, can it be done? I don't know. We'll see. We're hoping, and we'll document the whole thing, and we'll do it. So a couple other things that I wanted to mention, and I kind of talked a little bit about it in the last video, because I put it in the video. Somebody sent me an email, and I've probably been asked 5-6 times, about seminars at Transworld. Look, listen, if anybody has been to Transworld, they would realize that over the last 5 years, I've hardly been there, and I live here. So, in 2020, I think it was 20. Wait, was 19 the COVID? No, 20 was the COVID, maybe. I don't know. And then they did a show in 21 or 20. I don't remember. I didn't even go to the show. I never went to the show, not one time. I wasn't there for even 5 seconds. And I think that was the only year I did not do a video of like walking through the show. I never went to the show, not one time. And so I just didn't go. And then the following year, I did not go either. I think I went on Sunday when the show was like 45 minutes from being over. So after COVID, the 2 years after, the first year after COVID, I didn't go at all. I was never there. And then the next year, I was only there on Sunday for maybe 45 minutes. And it's possible that I might have done a video. I can't remember. But it was literally when the show was closing. And that was the first time I had stepped foot in the building. And then the next year, I did a video, I'm pretty sure, like before the show started. And then I didn't come back until, like, again, about an hour before the show was ending. And then last year, I did a video before the show opened. And then I came back. I didn't go the first day. And then the second day of the show, I went, like, when the show was like 30 minutes from being over. And then I think I was on Saturday. I came again about 1 hour before the show was closing. And then on Sunday, I came an hour and 30 minutes before the show was ending. So, yeah, so that would be 4 Transworlds. I probably spent maybe 4 or 5 hours at Transworld in I guess technically 5 years, because 1 year it got canceled. So it's not that it's really just a whole lot more, okay, for me, to just not really be, I don't know, I have like some anxiety sometimes about being around a lot of people, okay, and I just would rather not. So I don't know, like with this Transworld coming up, it's just like thinking about it gives me a migraine. It's not that I wouldn't do a seminar for Transworld, but if there was anybody I would do a seminar for, it would be Transworld. I love those people, and I would love to do it for them. But just not planning on it. But as far as attending, I've talked to Transworld about possibly getting a booth, because we might offer to sell haunted houses again. That's something we're thinking about doing. So I would still have a lot of anxiety about going, but I talked to my son about working the booth for me, and he said he wanted to go to his friend's bachelor party, and I said, no, you can't go. You got to work the booth for me. So anyway, I might be at Transworld more this year, just because I might have a single booth. But we'll see. I don't know. I really don't know. But I'll probably go to the show the night before and do a walkthrough like I've done in the past. And then, you know, I'll probably make videos on my favorite booths and the favorite products. And, you know, just highlight the show. So, you know, I'll be around, just not a lot, but maybe I'll go if I get a booth. I don't even know if I have one. I got to contact Hauntworld and figure out if they actually set me up one or not, because I don't know. I really don't. But I have so much stuff to do that the last thing that I need to be thinking about is doing seminars or worrying about that stuff. My priority always has been, when people are paying money to come to your show, that you give them the best possible result. Okay? I want to make sure we open on time. I want to make sure that we have the best actors we possibly can, and I'm going to double down on that this year. And I just want to make sure that the haunted house is in perfect working condition when the haunt industry comes, because to me it's very important that we do our absolute best. Does this make sense? I hope it does. So that's all I wanted to say. So there's no conspiracy or anything like that. You know, it's just sometimes I have like anxiety about being around a bunch of people. It's really funny because when I go to IAP, I have no anxiety whatsoever. But when it comes to Hauntworld, I have anxiety about it because I think that, like, oh, everybody knows who you are. And I don't know. It's in my head. I don't know. So with all that being said, I'm going to get back to work by the end of the weekend. I'm hoping to have the whole thing designed. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to show you my build list. That'll be part 3 of this video, on exactly what we need to buy, the materials we need to buy, the things we need to accomplish. And all of next week will be focused on one thing and one thing only. Well, you got Christmas, but it will be focused on gathering up materials. That's what we'll be doing. We're not going to be working in there, framing it out and building it and so on and so forth. We're going to go over and build one new mini golf hole. We're going to finish the alien escape room. And then we're going to come back and start on this after Christmas. That's the goal. That's the plan. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to document it all for you. So with that being said, make sure you like and subscribe to the page. And I just want to remind you that if we do a haunt tour, it's going to be Thursday. It's going to be behind the scenes tour. It's going to be around $225, I think, is what we're going to be charging. And it might go up, like, you know, in the middle of the beginning of February or something. But it's going to include the lamp, the darkness, the, you know, obviously the gift store. It's going to include being able to go into our actor's room. It's going to include lamp and St. Louis Escape. I actually have to shut down St. Louis Escape. It's going to have a Q&A, plus it's going to have, we're going to have food. But I wanted to say one other thing. I was thinking about designing a secret bar in here. But when I started designing the haunted house, I realized, you know, it's really not big enough. So my son actually came up with a good idea, which was, we have a loft on the second floor, and it's right at the top of the steps. Put the secret bar right there. And that was actually a really good idea, because it's like the halfway point. That's where you would want it to be. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Now, will we get that done before Hauntworld? Who knows? I don't know. But I definitely have it done by halfway to Halloween. So with that being said, everybody, you take care as we look around and we can see that it's getting back to normal. And if somebody would come and get those and buy this, we're gonna be off to the races, people. And until then, happy Halloween, everybody. Or I should say, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and we'll see you again very soon.